Good evening, campers. Welcome aboard the Starship Nightwish. I'm Commander Exorcist. And Happy New Year to everyone. It is 3309. Great things are coming our way. And I'm very excited about the future of Elite and the future of this channel. So we are back to a regular schedule. No out there just yet. That's coming later. More to follow. I'll talk about that when it's ready. But today we've got our weekly Galnet article that I've been going over. Going to continue that in the new year because I really enjoy it. And so let's go ahead and jump right into it. But first, before we do, as always, we have to say a big shout out to the disciples. These are the people that make this content possible. Thank you for your support. We have some new folks that have joined us. Commander Black Sea, thank you for joining us. Really awesome to have you with us. Schnook Elsay, I hope I said that right. Commander Limiting Factor, Mark Eghurst. We've got a bunch of folks that have joined, and your support is immeasurable. Thank you so much for being part of the team and for helping to fuel the Nightwish and her adventures. And there's a lot to come, trust me. But we've got to look today at something that's going on. And when you have a war going on, one of the things that comes with war is technological advancement. And in the galaxy, there's this really annoying thing where you have an awesome weapon, but you can only have so many of said awesome weapon. And it's just really weird that in 3309, we're limited by those kind of things. Well, war, as it does, is bringing us some changes, bringing us some technological advancements, and here we find ourselves on the cusp of something new. This is a really interesting article. We're going to go through it. Azimuth is conducting AX, which, if you don't know what that is, it's anti-Xeno weapons that are specifically designed to attack Thargoid technology. The corporation, Azimuth Biotech, boo! Anyway, has outlined its plans to support the war effort against the Thargoids by improving ship anti-Xeno firepower. Gee, thanks for the support. We really appreciate that. I'm pretty sure that at this point, most research should be going into finding ways to counter xenotechnology. CEO Torben Rademaker, that's how I'm going to say it. I don't know if it's correct, but Rademaker, I could call him Rademaker. Rademaker sounds good. Let's go with that. Was interviewed on the Tau Ceti Journal's official IceCast, where he explained, as you may recall, one of the many reasons that Aegis became redundant was its poor record in improving AX armaments past the initial rush of designs. Azimuth Biotech has established a research and development division specifically designed to correct their failings at a steady and sustainable pace. That's admirable. That is a legit issue. I mean, the Thargoids have been around for a long time, pushing in and kind of like a nuisance, kind of like ants. And the advancements in some of these technologies really has stagnated. Aegis almost became complacent with the way that they were doing things. Like, these weapons are good enough, so we're just going to go with that. It's really kind of weird. So one of the inherent limitations with Aegis's designs is the maximum number of AX weapons that a ship can be outfitted with. Oh, this is going to be fun. The enhanced versions based on Ryder and Nemo's designs share this limitation. We seek to increase the upper limit of AX weapons a ship can utilize, and our research teams are already reporting promising results. As I said in the beginning, one of the unusual things about our technology is the limitations. The companies that build these ships have gotten better at it. You used to have a lot of modules that were like military specific. There was like a military specific slot. Well, the companies have done a really good job of getting rid of a lot of those specific items and letting us, build more customizable outfits. So very excited about this. I'm not a big AX combat pilot. I can tell you I've tried it a couple of times. There's debris in the galaxy floating around out there somewhere to prove it. And it's not Xeno debris. So, one of the IceCast's interactive audience questions asked why Azimuth was not working with Proteus wave technology to build more anti-Xeno super weapons. Really? Someone out there wants Salvation Part 2. They're like, hey, you know what? This thing worked for maybe 30 seconds. Why don't we build more of those? Now, I don't think that it's a good idea to go out and build more Proteus Wave super weapons to take out the Thargoids. However, I really hope, and I'd have to dig deeper into this, I really hope that Azimuth is digging into that technology, because even though it didn't work completely, it did for a few minutes. So I consider that progress, I guess. And especially the scope in which it was able to disrupt the Thargoid fleet. So that's something that I really think that we should look into. Rademaker replies, under my guidance, the corporation has moved away from Salvation's esoteric field of research and adopted a more conventional direction. It seems clear to me that the superweapon project led by my predecessor was ultimately a failure. Ouch. I mean, yeah, kind of. I'll say this. If it's a failure as a technological item, it failed to do what it was supposed to do, but it really kind of succeeded in getting the war going. Like, this is something we've known was coming. The Thargoids have been here. We've just kind of been like, come on, fight us. What are you doing? This, in a way, it was a failure, but in a way, it was really a success in kind of driving things forward. And sometimes that's really what we just need. We just need to get out in the street and duke it out. Rademaker also answered an accusation that Azimuth was responsible for the loss of life in HIP 22460 and that he should face trial for causing the Thargoid maelstroms. This is not the time for this kind of garbage. We can hold people accountable later. Right now you have a war going on. Yeah, it's pretty typical to call for people's heads, especially when something like 22460 happened. A lot of people lost their lives. It was tragic. But now, I mean, who has time for a trial? I'd rather resources don't need to be devoted to a trial and all the other stuff that comes with that nonsense. We really need to be focusing on other aspects, especially war effort. Why would you want to take this guy who obviously is making some progress in war? You really take what you can get, and I don't see the point in that. But I can understand people's frustrations with it. Sadly, I often come across such simplistic blame-seeking from those with limited comprehension of the issue. So he gets it. He gets it. He's probably got more of a strategic view of things. And, the people on the lower levels, a lot of times in the tactical realm, they want they want blood. And you have to look at it from a strategic perspective. He may be responsible. He may be the ultimate person that needs to take responsibility for what happened in that system and be held accountable for it, but now's not the time. We need him at the moment. And I know that's really weird, but if you know anything about history and the will to win and strategic maneuvering and all that stuff, it makes perfect sense. The plain fact is that nobody could have predicted the Thargoids' excessive reaction to our activities in 22460. That is a freaking lie. That is a lie. Now he's making you mad. That's a lie. We knew something. We knew that if it did not work, they were coming after us. It's pretty obvious. When you poke an anthill, they get mad at you and they come at you. So no, man, I'm not buying this. So that's crap. The Proteus Wave was deemed an acceptable means of ending the war, approved by individuals with far more military experience than Salvation could claim. That's true. I mean, Salvation's the dark hooded emperor guy who's just kind of hiding in the shadows, ready to push the button. But yeah, so that I mean, to say that nobody could have predicted it, nah, man, that's really that's crap. They knew better. And it was a risk. It was a calculated risk, and it failed, at least partially, I think. I don't consider Salvation's efforts a complete failure. They mostly failed, but I hope that eventually we're going to be able to use some of that Proteus Wave technology. Man, wouldn't it be so cool to have like Proteus Wave weapons? What if that's coming? Okay, we don't want to put this guy in jail yet, although he's really, really, he's kind of getting under my skin to where I think that would be okay. And okay, Rademaker's only response to a subsequent barrage of abuse from a member of Operation Witch Hunt was less verbose. The interview feed was terminated. Oh my God, I know who that is. That's Psykit. Commander Psykit and Operation Witch Hunt, the people that were out there trying to foil Salvation's plans, they're angry. And I can just hear it in my head. Although I don't have video or audio of it, I can hear in my head the numerous idioms that Rademaker was being called because he's considered a pawn of Salvation. Oh my God. Operation Witch Hunt in Galnet again. Fantastic. That's beautiful. What's going to happen? I don't know. This is really good. The advancements in military technology are essential, and I think we're going to continue to see new things. I think we're going to see more Guardian weapons, and I think we're going to see some Proteus Wave weapons pretty soon, because we're going to need it. We're going to need ways to push the Thargoids back much faster than they are able to push forward and take systems. So we'll see what happens. Thank you, everyone, for your support. It's 3309. I am super excited about what's coming. The war is raging on. You don't have to be part of the war. I'm doing all kinds of ground missions at the moment, scavenging and doing on-foot CZs. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on. It's not a total war. It is in some places, but it's like real war. There's some days things just kind of go on for other people. So the galaxy is on fire, literally. But it's still playable, it's still doable, and it's still our elite galaxy. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for being part of the team. And yeah, fly safe, and I will see you out there.